Welcome to the Eclipse Baits Social, April 2024, and this year we're at Earls Hall.
Off of the bar, this one.
Tris has hooked one.
This one's just rechucked this morning.
It's on a double Icon, Bonnie rig. Incidentally, this was over some of the create your own bait.
It's been a great week. See all the guys from Eclipse.
Yeah.
Always really look forward to this one.
£30, 10 ounce, ghosty. We've had hail, ice.
We've had the lot. Yeah, 4 seasons in 1 week. Well, hello and welcome to the Eclipse Baits Social, April 2024, and this year we're at Earls Hall. Earls Hall is an exclusive booking 5-acre lake in Clacton, Essex. It has an impressive stock of hand-reared carp up to mid-40s with a large number of 30s and 20s. The lake is oxygen rich and the carp fight hard. However, the fishing is not going to be easy. With low temperatures and northerly winds forecast, the Eclipse Baits anglers are going to have to work hard for their captures by applying top quality bait to the many features on the 13 peg lake, including 2 islands, a gravel bar that runs between the 2 islands, reed lines, weed beds and hard clay. The depths range from 3 foot to 9 foot, with a depth of 5 foot on the gravel bar. A watercraft drawer decided which pegs the anglers would fish, and it wasn't long before everyone was set up and eager to put their tactics and bait to the test, all confident that they can nick a carp or two.
Tris has hooked one. It's about 7 in the morning. His island spot out of the blue. One off? Yeah.
Proper happy with that one for an account opener. Earls Hall Fisheries on the Eclipse baits. Using something a little bit different that you guys are going to find out a bit later on. But yeah, what time was that? About 7? Half 6, 7. Screamed off. Spot that I'm fishing next to the island, bottom of the marginal slope. In a bit of a sort of silty gully. And yeah, there were plenty of fish showing last night, sort of in the area but not that close. And then nice surprise this morning with this one. So yeah, thank you very much. Well happy with that.
a small solid bag, mix of Supreme cream pellets with a fizz mix, Supreme smoke, and a 12mm Supreme cream pop-up.
So, just had a bit of a result. Myself and Carl just had dinner, some nice venison burgers, and we're just walking down by the front of the swim, just saying it looks, Carl actually said it looks bang on for a bite, and it probably went 10 seconds after. PVA bag screamed off. So this has got amino blast powder in it, it's got fizzy powder in it, it's more, I would say it's sort of 2/3 of the fizzy. And I've just put the amino in there as well, just to give it something a bit of an extra dimension. Sort of slows the fizz down a bit, Carl, doesn't it? We tried one on the edge, and it just sort of helps to weight it down a little bit. What liquids have we got in there? A little bit of virus gravy, and that's it. I've added a little bit of pink Himalayan salt as well to it, because it's that time of year where they're sort of looking for that, so a bit daft not to put it in there. And yeah, just presenting it to the edge of a weed bed. It's still weed, it's landing on weed, but obviously the bag's happy to sit like that in there. And yeah, just line tighten too, bit of a slow take, and yeah, bit of a result. So that's almost the finished article. It takes me ages to do this because my hands are a bit dodgy, but yeah.
Just so you know, I was eating my venison burgers when you called.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry, mate.
You've dragged me away from my venison burgers.
But I'm worth it, mate. I am worth it, aren't I?
So this fish better be worth it.
I've heard they get cold.
Go. I'll tell you, Gran.
What's the mate?
Whee, lovely.
Bit of Saturday night fever then, wasn't it?
A little bit of dancing shoes on.
Oh, I thought I'd do a bit, put a bait off the spot. I baited heavily on the left hand rod, and I thought, right, I'll pull one off, new spot, couple of rod lengths off the baited spot. The faithful squid tooty pop up out there. Chucked it out yesterday and put about 20 baits around it with a throwing stick and just left it alone. Literally just rattled off. Squid tooty pop up, £19 5 ounce. Lovely little mirror, first fish of the trip. Hopefully they've woken up. It's been a hard start, hard few days, but cracking looking fish.
take on the fizzy bag mix, solid bag, next to the iron margin.
Oh, what a relief.
Oh.
There he is, £21 on the dot. £21, solid PVA bag with the fizzy bag mix, supreme cream wafter, cast to the edge of the island, and I'm off the mark and I'm well pleased. Still a long time to go, so hopefully we'll see a few more of these as the week goes on. A few of the other anglers get into them as well. But for now I'll put this one back. Try and get another one.
£30, 10oz ghosty on the Earls Eclipse Bait Social on a new range that Dave's releasing called Create Your Own. 42 different flavours, 3 different base mixes, additives, oils, you choose it, Dave rolls it. Just treating some old wounds, give it the treatment it deserves, giving me some enjoyment, so pay it back.
Why don't we
10 minutes ago. Put the rods out, virus pop up, scattering a virus 15 mils over the top, and there she is. Lovely.
So I've just lost one to the lily pads, so I put it back out there onto the bar and it's off again. Let's hope I can get this one in.
Get in.
Well done, Paul. Well done.
$24.8, my second fish. Off of the bar, this one. It was on a double Icon, on a Ronnie rig, but off the Icon, the white ones. Fought like hell. Nodded its head all the way in. We thought it was a bit bigger, but nonetheless we're happy with this 24.8. Perfect mirror, look at the scales on that. Happy boy. And incidentally, this was over some of the create your own bait as well, but I'll tell you more about that later on in the film. Blinding fish. Lovely job. Thanks for your help, boys.
Right, Barry, nice to be fishing with you again.
Great, mate.
So, yeah, we're at the Earls Fisheries for the Eclipse social, and we've been struggling for bites, but it's starting to come good now. I think we've now decided what they want. So tell us what you've caught.
So I've had a 19.5 mirror, beautiful little fish, lovely sized fish, and a £30 10-ounce ghost carp.
Impressive carp, really impressive. I've only had a couple myself, a 21 and a 24.8. So yeah, we're starting to get bites now as we come into the back end of the week, but the weather is more favourable now, as you can see. The sun's out and it's lovely.
We've had hail, ice.
We've had the lot. Yeah, 4 seasons in 1 week.
Bit of snow and we're done now.
So let's talk a little bit about tactics to what you've caught your fish on. So first of all, bait, what bait you've been using?
So I've been using a lot of crumbed up boilie, with some whole boilies in amongst it. Put them out there, bit of a bait and weight approach. It didn't pay off. I then decided to move a good rod length off and fish a squid tootie on a little Ronnie.
That's a pop-up, isn't it?
Ronnie, yep, a squid tootie pop-up. On a little Ronnie rig off of the spot, and that's what paid dividends.
Yes, for those who don't know, Barry's in peg 1, I'm in peg 2, and there's a bar that runs in the centre of the lake between 3 different poles, and that's where we've been casting to because it's slightly shallower, and obviously the fish, once the weather warmed up a little bit, are up in the upper layers and they drift over the bar, and then once we got that lovely southwesterly wind, that's when we started getting the bites, wasn't it?
Seeking that extra little bit of heat in that thermocline.
And what else are you feeding over the top?
Just usually boilie, sticking it out. Originally spombed quite a bit out on the heavily baited spot, and then just use stick, so using the create your own range.
Yeah, this is something that Eclipse will be bringing out very shortly.
Yes. So I went for crustration extract.
Yeah.
Little bit of banana in there.
Very crafty.
Very crafty. Bit of hemp oil and bloodworm.
Let's have a look.
Yeah. Nice dark red colour. As you know, I like the cherry virus. But when Dave offered this, nice and soft, and bearing in mind they've been in an air dry bag since Monday.
Oh, you can smell the banana.
Nice, isn't it?
I like the colour as well.
All bits and pieces in there, bits of shell.
That's the good thing, isn't it? I mean, you can literally create whatever you want from a bait. If you've all got your favourites, no doubt you've all got your favourites, but you can get Dave to roll it and know you're getting 100% fresh ingredients and quality ingredients. The guy's been rolling bait for what, 30 years?
Easily, yeah.
So he knows his onions. What's these ones? These are the
squid tooties.
Yeah, nice washed out pink.
Yeah.
Let's hold them up a little bit so people can see them. Yeah, I can really smell them.
Yeah, great bait. I've done well on them for quite a while now. I've been using them. So one of them pop-ups, and then on my third rod, I've been using the old cherry virus wafter.
Yeah.
With an Icon topper. In the pot you got pink, yellow, and white and orange. Just a little slip D rig there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very nice. You've got the little sight stop on the top there, the old eco stop.
Little Ronnie rig.
Oh, the Ronnies, yeah. Everyone's been using the Ronnies.
Never been a fan and never really used them, to be honest with you.
But you've been converted.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I do like a 360 rig. Not to everyone's taste, but used right, used correctly, used safely, it work. But
I mean, there's so many variations of this Ronnie rig nowadays. Like, you do what I do, you've got the stiff boom section there, and yeah, and obviously barbless hook as per fishery rules.
Barbless hooks.
Yeah, no, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Mine slightly different. I mean, I'm using the Create Your Own as well. Mine is like a nut base, and it's got maple and toffee. So they're like little sweeties, carp sweeties, with a little bit of peanut oil in there as well. I do like a nut-based bait in the spring before they spawn, and then generally after they've spawned in the warmer months, that's when I would go over to the fish meals. But everyone to their own. This is what I like doing, and that's what I've got confidence in. And that nice sweet-smelling bait. I really want to eat them now. I like sweets.
Go into more detail about it, but
yeah, we'll talk to Dave later. There's so many combinations that you can have. So I've been putting them out with a throwing stick. On the hook baits, I've been using Icons, our little Icons. You had the fish on the two white ones, and they also do them in sweet corn in the yellow, but there's other flavours available on the website as well. And these come into their own really on fisheries now where plastic's banned, because they are just like the fake corn, but this is called Icon, which is imitation corn, but it's food grade bait, so you know this is going to biodegrade and it's not going to cause any problems to the fish because it's food grade.
Should you crack off, there's no live rigs out there.
No, absolutely, and two of them sit lovely on the Ronnie rig, so brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And on my other rod that I caught the other fish on, I've been using the new fizzy bag mix, which is like the PVA bag mix in a solid bag, and I was injecting that with a little bit of hemp oil for more attraction. The reason I like the hemp oil as well is that you can tell when the fish are on it, because when you've got a little bit of a ripple on the water, a nice slick comes up to the surface and you're just standing there waiting for a bite. This stuff's brilliant, and you want to see it in the tank. When we tested it in the tanks, it fizzes away and it's like an explosion on the lake bed, isn't it? It just
something I've been doing well with, using little sticks.
Yeah, again, you can use it in stick. You can even put this in your spot mix
with a bit of the hemp oil, bit of the cherry virus, feed inducing liquids, and yeah, little sticks. I think you've seen videos before that I've put on socials that I've done through the winter. Works really well. Yeah.
And hook bait was a Supreme Cream wafter in the bag, probably a 2 to 3 inch hook length, inline lead. Yeah, perfect, and that's what got me my 21 pounder.
Good work.
So we've got, well,
couple of nights left.
Yeah. Let's hope we can get some more, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of rain tomorrow, might stir them up a little.
Not good, because my body's leaking.
Oh, hopefully I'll fix that for you, mate.
Cheers, Barry.
No problem, mate.
£26.10, caught on virus with a golden grain topper, about 25 yards out. Happy days. So, this one's just rechucked this morning. One of the Eclipse baits, mango unchained pop-ups in orange. Just pinged it to a spot up the margin. I found a little drop on, and yeah, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's not been out very long.
20 minutes, just literally rod bent right round, screamed off. Tried to get me in every set of reeds that it could. Yeah, 27.6. 27.6. It's been a headbanger.
Yeah, it has been a headbanger.
The session has been a headbanger. We flipped the coin when we drew this double. We flipped the coin for who had which side, and I think, truth be told, we were both happy with either side, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. There was no soreness here. Literally flipped. If it's edge, you go in the right. That's how we sorted it.
Sort of first morning, I had one.
Half seven?
It was about 7, half 7, wasn't it?
24 something common, wasn't it?
24 ounces.
Real nice fish.
Beautiful fish. And then I think it was another 24 hours, was it? Or was it in the evening that day?
Yeah, you had
same day.
Upper double common.
Yeah.
And then, what have you had now? 4, haven't you?
Yeah.
You had one last night.
21.4
off midnight last night, which was pleasant to get out of bed in the cold.
Just been off for a shower this morning to freshen up, not together. Well, together but not together. And yeah, come back. Well, I don't know what's that been out.
Well, we've got 24 hours, so we thought, like, let's not, drop our heads. We're gonna make the most of this 24 hours. So we freshened everything up. Fresh rigs have gone out, fresh boilies.
Tried something
changing it a little bit, from what we have been doing, because we've been, fishing a lot of paste, which we're advised by the owner, bottom baits. So we've now gone pop-ups, and literally you had 20 minutes that rod was in the water.
Well, I'd only literally just clipped the bobbin on and been letting the line settle, because they don't like the lines in here. So just put the bobbin on, just sat down to have a swig of the brew, and it just absolutely munted round.
Bright orange mango unchained.
Which is not my sort of fish, and I'm very match to hatchy, but I thought, I've tried everything else, let's see what we can do with this.
Let's try and drag them down, isn't it? Grab their attention.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I think they've almost wanted to feed this week, but they've been so active, but they've just, that trigger's not been there to get them to feed.
The wind's been all wrong.
It's been horrific.
Like I said, when we've had north, east, northwest winds, cold, really cold first part, wasn't it?
And then we had 5-6 takes.
Yeah, as soon as it swung southwesterly.
5-6 takes with
5-6 takes
in an afternoon,
and then it went back northeasterly,
which shows just actually how much the wind does affect it here. Plus, it's a tidal wind as well, because we're so close to the coast, so that affects it even more.
And it's a nice fish out there.
Every fish that's been out has been an absolute beauty.
Well, Baz has had a really nice 30-pound ghosty.
Yeah.
You've had the second biggest at 27.
Yeah.
A couple of Paul's had a couple of low 20s. Yeah, it's been good.
It's been good. It's a beautiful venue. I'll definitely come back. Got used to the windmills now. I don't actually know they're going on, but I think we are a little bit better this side.
They're essentially a windsong to let us know what way the wind's blowing.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just one of them. It's the luck of the draw, and we booked this nearly a year ago. Next week, well, from tomorrow, the wind's bloody swing southerly, and we're looking at temps of up to sort of 17, 18 degrees next week.
I think the thing is, we only get to see you guys once a year because we're so far away. So we've really enjoyed the social, seen most of the team that have been able to make it.
Get a load of planning done for stuff that's coming up and coming out. Create your own, you've all seen that, but we're going to do a live on that this afternoon just to push that. That is really something special for you guys out there that like the idea of doing a bait, but haven't got the means or the equipment or the knowledge even to do it. So yeah, we're going to get a bit more in depth with that later.
Dave's got over £100,000 worth of equipment.
with him and Carl, they've got 45 years worth of experience,
Yeah.
which you can't buy.
Create your
But
own.
you can with it, create your own.
50,000 plus different options.
That's mental. It's mind-boggler, isn't it? So
We've
yeah,
been using. We've been putting out this week as well. We created our own tangy squid.
yeah.
We've got the paste and stuff.
Like we said a minute ago, session's not over. You know what time? I haven't probably watched on
Midday.
midday. So 22 hours left.
I'm still hopeful.
Absolutely. I think there'll be a couple more fish out, and
we've had a lot of fish in the corner, haven't we? But I think they have been feeding on some sort of natural. A lot of the rolls have been just little flips.
just sort of ziggy rolls. There's been a couple of lacewing hatches over the week as well, and they've definitely been keen on them. But
It's mad when the wind drops and the sun comes out. It's really warm.
it's lush, yeah. Sat in a
wind
t-shirt.
picks
I
up.
actually got a bit of sunburn yesterday.
And it's freezing again.
But yeah, no, it's been a tough week. It's been an enjoyable week, but it's been a tough week. It's sort of a numbers game. If we can get a few more bites, someone should have one of the big uns. Because what we're up to
12 or 13
12
fish.
or 13 fish now. So it's 100 fish in here or so. So law of averages would say that we've only got to get a bite or two, and we should hopefully get amongst one of the big uns.
If not, it's been a great week. See all the guys from Eclipse.
Yeah.
Always really look forward to this one. Not so much a 6-hour drive from Devon, but that's a different story. But yeah, it's been good.
My fizzy bag mixed solid rod has just rattled off again from next to the island, and it's coming through loads of weed.
£15, that's all, but it's a carp. You can't choose what picks up your hook bait. And this one was on the Supreme Cream Wafter again on solid bag towards the island margins. Great scrap because it came in with a lot of weed. He's banging his head all the way in. But a carp's a carp. Can't knock it.
For a big one, eh?
Eclipse Bait Social, Earls Hall, Clacton. £25, 7-ounce common, taken on squid tooty on the Create Your Own range. Cracking venue.
Cracking fish.
Cracking fish, bailiff that cares. Or owner. Happy days.
So I'm joined with Dave from Eclipse Baits, Dave Poxon, who is the owner of Eclipse Baits. Thanks for organising this trip for us.
That's fine. It's fine. This is something we've been doing every year, so
Yeah, it's been
it's only
like
right we did it this year as well.
yeah, it's like an annual thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we get the shield at the end of it.
Everyone
for
gets to
biggest
know
fish.
one, doesn't it? So
Yeah, and everyone can chat about fishing and bait and what have you. But while we're on the subject of bait, Eclipse Baits, can you tell us a little bit about the history and how long you've been going and how long you've been rolling bait? And
well, I've been rolling bait for I suppose since the late 80s commercially, like maybe the early 90s. I rolled them for various companies. I rolled it for Rod Hutchinson and Kevin Maddox, who's claimed that he's given the accreditation for inventing the hair rig with Lenny Middleton.
Yeah.
That was under another company name. Then I started this one up in 2006. We've been going, well, was that 18 years, I suppose. And in those 18 years, we've built it up to we roll now roughly between, I don't know, 3/4 to 1.5, maybe 2 ton a day for Eclipse baits, and we roll various people's. I ain't going to say whose bait we do.
Well, NDAs and whatever, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I've got non-disclosures, a lot of them, and we've signed them. So like, there's penalties either way if they say something, if we say something, unless they decide to and they speak to us first. Yeah. And we're all in agreement. And that is it. And we do the Eclipse range, which is what obviously is what we're doing now. We're on the lake. We're doing the Eclipse social. We make various baits.
Virus being the flagship, really, isn't it? Yeah. That's the most popular.
It's a basic red fish meal. Well, not basic, it's a very advanced red fish meal. It's got LT fish meals in it, pre-digested. There's various extracts in it. There's a green lip mussel in it. There's very, very little flavour, if not any. There's fenugreek. There's all sorts of things in it to make it a spicy type of base mix. And as you say, it's our flagship. Catches a predominant amount of fish. Caught 40s, 50s, 60s. It's got them all over Europe, 70s. Yeah,
UK and abroad, isn't it?
In this country, it's caught 30s and 40s all day long. It catches them.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a very good bait, to be honest.
It's very good bait.
And it's a very prolonged bait. We brought it out in 2010. And it's still going strong. 14
years and it's still going strong.
So it don't blow, it still goes, you know.
Well, that's testament to you, and also the fact that you use quality ingredients, fresh ingredients, and then anglers can be rest assured that what they're using is not only a good bait, but it's also doing the fish good as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got an ethos, and that ethos is to make sure we feed them. Well, our catchphrase is
let's feed them. Yeah.
And I do believe that nutritionally the fish should benefit while you're catching them, and while you don't catch them, the fish should benefit from the bait going in the water. And the bait is, I mean, there's milk proteins, there's everything in it. There's bird foods. We don't use any fillers.
No.
We don't use
fresh eggs.
No, yeah, we use fresh eggs. We use freshly cracked eggs. We get a delivery. We don't get, contrary to belief, what a lot of companies are saying. We get a delivery every week. Fresh boxes of eggs. There's 360 eggs in a box. Everything is done, and we clean down after every single type of mix we do, so that there's no contamination, cross-contamination, and everything's done to not only for us, but it's also for the benefit of the fish as well, that are receiving the product.
And you get a gold standard bait out of it, and that's,
oh yeah, of course you do, yeah. And we do all sizes. We do 12s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 18s, 20s, 24s. There's nothing that we don't cover.
Yeah, fresh, stabilised, a lot. Yeah.
We do stabilised, that's right, we do stabilised, fresh, everything.
Yeah, and you're also known for your innovations.
Yeah, we've brought out quite a few things.
Remember these, the old icons?
Yeah, now the icons was originally, I don't know the exact dates, you'd have to look at the timelines, but it's got to be 2010, 2012.
Yeah, when I look back on the Facebook page, I mean, the earliest one I can find is 2012. Yeah. So a long time ago we
did originally the Carp Talk giveaway. Yeah. I mean, there was a weekly magazine then, a weekly paper, and I mean, there's been a lot of copies since. Yeah. But they are the original. They're made of pop-up mix. They eliminate all the need for plastics.
Yeah, food grade, aren't they? And they're not going to do the carp any harm.
There's nothing not to like about them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fish definitely like them.
Yeah, incidentally, that's what I caught my 24-pounder on, so
there you go.
2 of these on a Ronnie, so yeah. And the other little innovation, how about them?
Yeah, now this is another, I mean, no one does these. It won't be long, I suppose, till they all copy this like they copied other things. But if you look at these are what we call eye stops.
Yeah.
Eco stops.
Eco stops, yeah.
And they negate the issue of anyone. As long as if you buy a shop rigged, these fit through the loop, so they take away a plastic stop. Yeah. And again, these are made with pop-up mix. They're brightly coloured, so they add a little fleck of colour to your hook bait. And again, they negate the need for any plastic on your hook bait end at all. And
I think they're great. Yeah. I've been using them, and I know Barry uses them up the bank there, and
again, these have been out, I don't know, 10 years maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quality little things.
People that know what you know,
when I show these to people, they're actually amazed that you can get them that small.
Yeah, well, it does take an awful amount of doing, because we machine roll everything.
Yeah.
It does take an awful amount doing, but it's, as I say, it takes away the need for any plastic at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Which nowadays is fishery owners. There are a lot of fishery owners that are saying they don't want plastic to go in their waters because of tethered fish.
Yeah,
and
no, you can't blame them either, to be honest. Right. So you don't need them. You can use your icons and your eco stops and still get that flash of colour on you.
That's right. Yeah. See, and they serve a purpose to the angler, which again is to take away the plastic, but it also serves a purpose. They add a bit of fleck, of colour. They add a little bit of buoyancy because they're made of pop-up mix. Well, the fish love them. The fish, you know, they like that. It grabs their attention sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's all it needs is a little
to the hook bait. That's
enticement for them to come down and pick up the bait. So that brings us on to something else that's in the pipeline. Well, it's going to be going live very soon.
Yep.
And by the time this film comes out, it probably will be on the website.
Yep.
And that's a thing called Create Your Own. Now, me and Barry have been talking about this already. It's where you can make your own boilie, custom make your own boilie in the hands of this man who knows what he's doing, so you know you're going to get absolute quality bait. So Dave, take it away. What's involved with this Create Your Own then?
Right, well, I'll show you this. I mean, I don't know if you can just see this.
Yeah, lift it up a little bit so we can see it.
But what there's 3 quality basements, and this is something that people have to really remember. These aren't cheap bulking base mixes. These are proper quality. So you've got a nut mix, you've got a red fish meal, and you've got an insect meal. Now within those you've got products such as the WPC, that's in all of them. It's not a silly amounts, nothing, but it's a proper 5%, so you can, it's just not I mean, we don't just put a pinch in and say, oh, it's quality, you know, like whatever. These are proper quality products, and if you've got them, you've got fish meals, you've got 3 types of fish meals. You've got a pre-digested fish meal, you've got LT fish meal, you've got normal fish meal. All 3 of those are blended into the base mix, into a fish meal base mix anyway. The correct amounts. They're not just pinches. That's the real thing to remember. Then we've got insect meal, we've got milk powders, calcium caseinate, because believe it or not, that is a fish absolutely love calcium caseinate, and there's not many companies would use it because it's in the region of about £25 a kilo, and that's I mean, that's trade. That's not.
Yeah, it's expensive. But
that's right. Yeah, and you've got tiger nut meal, you've got bird foods, you've got crushed bird foods, you've got whole bird foods. These are all in the different perspective base mixes. You've got, let's have a look at betaine, you've got brocacel, you've got all. So each base mix has got its own types of feeding inducers in it, whichever way you want to go. Then you've got 42 flavours, so you pick your base mix. So just for instance, you'd pick a nut mix. Then you've got 42 flavours to pick from. I mean, I won't list them all, but you've got octopus, shellfish, mulberry, Florentine. You've got lots of flavours. So then you can pick one of them if you want. So you've got a nut mix, and just say, for instance, you'd pick whiskey. So then you put the whiskey in that base mix, or we would do that for you. So then you got that and that. Then if you wanted, there is the option for 2 flavours. So you could add another flavour to that. So for instance, you might have whiskey and cream. So then you put that, so those 2 flavours at the right levels, you know, go within, say, the nut mix. Then there's the third option to add to that. This is all within the same price. The third option is there's 5 hydros. There's bloodworm, shrimp, fish, squid, liver. So you can choose one of those. So for instance, you might choose liver. So then you've got the nut mix, those 2 flavours, plus the liver. Then the 5th option is an oil. So, and there's a choice between hemp oil, and it's pure hemp oil, it's the proper hemp oil, salmon oil, roasted sesame, peanut. All those are an option. So you might then choose the 2 flavours, the nut base mix, the 2 flavours, the liver and the hemp. Then there's an option for the sizes. So you've got 12mm, 14, 16mm, 18mm, 20, 24mm. Now you can choose 1 or 2 flows. So for instance, you've got to have a minimum of 10 kilos, but then you might choose half of it in 12mm, half of it in, I don't know, 18mm. But you put that's the option. That then you've got an option for, or at the very, very top, you've got an option for fresh or stabilised. So you can either have it made fresh or made into a stabilised bait. Then there's the option on top of these are the extras. All that lot comes for £100, and that includes the delivery. So you've got your 10 kilo boilies, whatever you choose, whatever combination you choose, for £100. Then you've got pop-ups, icons, dips, gravy, or custards, whatever. So you can then they're optional extras. Now, so if you decide you wanted to have a pot of pop-ups to match those boilies, that's exactly what you'd get. You'd get a pot that obviously you've got to pay extra for that. Then you might have an icon as well. I'm not saying this is something you do or you don't have. It's not a specific, and you can order as many as you like as well. So for instance, you might have a pot of pop-ups, a pot of icons, and a liquid. Now these all match whatever chosen boiler you've got, and that is basically it. I mean, there is over 50,000 different combinations and baits and base mixes. There is no one in the whole of Europe that does such a selection of products. I mean, people go on holiday, people on syndicates, just one person that's, say a lake's being smashed on a certain particular flavour, then they can look at the Create Your Own and they can have a cheaper quality option. Now the base mixes, look at this one, put that one down for a minute, mate, just save you having to hold it. Right, this one's nut mix. And this major thing is to show you that these ain't cheap poo, really. If you look, there's everything in there. So if you look, there's small bits of insects, there's all sorts in there. There's nut meals, there's milk proteins, there's everything. Look, seeds. Yeah. Right, now that's the nut mix. Then there's the insect mix. Now again, if you look, right, I'll put little piles on there so you can see. Now that's the nut mix. That's the insect mix. As you can see straight away, the difference in the colour. It's got different products in it, including insects, crushed insects. You can see them. Yeah. Right, now that's that one. These are all quality. These have got WPC in them. There's calcium caseinate in all of them. It's not just one base mix. It's top quality materials. It's not. That's the major thing we've got to get across, is the quality of the product. Now this is the red fish meal. Now again, in there's pre-digested fish meals, there's crushed bird foods, there's LT fish meals, there's normal fish meal, there's spices, there's paprika to give it the robin, there's a robin red. Right, now, so they're the three base mixes. As you can see, they are three very different base mixes. That's the nut, that's the insect, that's the red fish meal. Now these are some of the flavours, these are just samples. Now this is monster crab. If you can smell, that's the original monster crab. That's not. That's like the one that you don't want to be spilling in your house. That's exactly right. But people the option is there for people to have that one. Yeah, yeah. It's a classic flavour. The original Tutti Frutti. Oh, you can't beat the original Tutti. And that is the original one. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Very, very strong. It gets on your chest, that one. Yeah. I mean, these are only a few samples I've got. There's so many that we've. Banoffee. Again. These are all quality. We get from 6 different bait houses or flavour houses. Oh, they're lovely. Now, if you look, if you actually look, most flavour houses will do 3 or 4 good flavours, 5, 6 flavours, and then they'll have an extensive range of maybe 50, 40 flavours. But we only take the really good ones out of each flavour house. This is the original Mobley Florentine. Now these are, as I say, there's only 4 of the selection. We do 42. Oh, there's 42 of them, yeah. But what we do is we've got about 6 flavour houses we've gone to. So, for instance, the monster crab would come from a different flavour house than the Tutti Frutti. Yeah. But so you source them, and you know they're the ones that you want for this. Create Your Own. It's the best that you can get. So I asked you for some, didn't I? Yeah, for this trip. You did. And I went for a nut mix. This is the nut mix one that Dave rolled for us, and this is with maple and toffee. Yep. With the peanut oil with it. You went through that option. Yeah, I went through all the steps, and I thought, Dave, can you do me that one? Of course I can, Paul. I don't believe you had hemp. Did you have hemp oil in it as well? Peanut oil in that one. Peanut oil, yeah. Yeah, peanut oil. And once you showed it to me, I fell in love with it. It smells lovely, mate. And that's what I've been feeding my spot with, and it's produced 2 fish so far. But
Yeah, so it proves they work, and when you break them open you can actually see how...
They're not hard, they're soft, quite soft.
Yeah, and these are the fresh, because of the lake rules here, we've got to use fresh bait.
But you can see in there, can't
quality.
You can see the nuts in there, you can see all sorts in there, you can see the grains of the bird food, you can see all sorts in there.
Yeah, absolute quality.
And you had there's all in the 14mm, weren't they?
Yes. All in the 14mm, but I could have chose different sizes, but I just like sticking at one size. But if you want to mix it up a bit, you can get the different sizes as well. So that's going to go online. People can look at that at eclipse-baits.co.uk. Get ordering, get experimenting, and let this man here roll them for you, and you won't be disappointed. And
the few things I've got to add, a few things that like you're getting to actually use £100,000 worth of machinery. We don't. If you have a look on our videos, you'll see everything's proper machinery. It's not pretend. It's not.
I'll overlay it so they can see it.
So you got £100,000 on that. You've got about £100,000 worth of ingredients. You've got 45 years of experience. There is nothing to it that can be anything other than it's just pure out and out quality.
Yeah.
You know, like the ingredients, the products, the machinery, the people doing it, everything. It's
professional.
Yeah, and as I say, it goes live Monday. I mean, it might be live Sunday, but definitely be live by Monday.
Yeah, by the time this video comes out, it will be live. So you can go on there, have a look. You must have thought to yourself, oh, I'd love a bait that has this in it and that in it, and you can custom it and make it your own. You know, make your own bait.
Yeah. And there's also, sorry to interrupt you, but there's also fishery owners. Fishery owners, if they want predominantly a squid and octopus red fish meal to go in there,
why not?
Water, then they can go on here, order it, 100 kilos of it, say for instance. I'm not saying they're going to, but they might order less, might order more. And then they could say to their members, this is the bait,
this is what we feed them.
It's fresh bait, and then they know what's going in their water, so there could be all sorts of combinations.
Well, your oyster, isn't it? With this, just get it exactly how you want it and fine tune it exactly how you want it. Dave will roll it and it'll be perfect. Well, thank you, David. I'm sure people will have a look at that on the website and get buying it and get creating their own.
And as I say, there's over 50,000 options.
50,000 options that you can.
And we've done that by a maths calculator as well. So.
No, I'm sure it'll be a winner. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, mate.
As we go into the final night of the trip, everyone was hoping for one more carp to grace their nets. I managed this mid-double common in the pouring rain, which I unhooked in the net and released. And Tris had this impressive mirror.
It's the middle of the night, Tris just had this £25 2 ounce leathery one.
Meatball bag, fizzy mix, virus gravy, and we'll create your own waffles in this one this time.
Our creation, tangy squid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Squid and octopus tangerine. Lovely, mate.
Barry claimed the Eclipse bait shield for his £30 ghostie, which was the biggest carp of the social. Everyone had a great time in really tricky conditions, but by placing bait in the correct spots and with some angling ability, we managed a few carp. If you're interested in any of the products featured in this film, please check out our website, eclipse-baits.co.uk, and join us on our Eclipse Baits social media pages. Thanks for watching and enjoy your fishing.